Hey guys, welcome back. Now today we have an Uber tier match, and this is match against Dark Blitz 720 from Smoke and Wi-Fi Founder. Now this guy was looking for Ubers. I believe his name stood out on YouTube. He actually battled a couple of people because I can't remember his name. He doesn't upload videos, but I'm getting into this match realizing that my opponent must be a good one. So that's always good to know because the starting action is very important. Gotta read your opponent, get the analyzation going. Realize how he plays, but right now I'm thinking he's probably gonna lead with Kyogre. I'm gonna lead with Giratina. Now bear in mind this is my first Uber match in Fifth Generation. That's right. I'm including Black and White as well. I never really Uber, and this is definitely something new, some new environment when Ubers are concerned. And let's see how it works. Anyways, I'm gonna go for the Scald. Realize I'm probably gonna switch out to Ferrothorn. I'm guessing. I'm not too sure. He's gonna go for the Binking on the burn. He does get the burn first turn, so that really does work in his favor, but I'm gonna burn him back. So when you're both burned, he's gonna go for the Scald again. I'm not too sure why. Maybe he's thinking I'm really gonna switch out. Maybe he thinks that I don't have rest, or maybe he just wants me to use rest one of these days, rely on Sleep Talk afterwards. But I'm thinking, okay, I can stay in against this guy and see what kind of moveset he's running. But for now, we're gonna review. We do have rest, and I'm gonna go for it just in case he kinda shows me he's got like a random Ice Beam right now, which is not all that random. Don't want to be risking it. And this team in general, let me say just this, that I just put a couple of Pokemon together. I didn't really think too much with the synergy. I mean, it doesn't have too many common weaknesses, but should definitely bring a Rapid Spinner because I do have Reshiram, and not having Rapid Spinner with that guy, let's just say that it doesn't really work. Rapid Spin is most important in Ubers from what I've seen on YouTube especially, but right now he's gonna go for the Sleep Talk, get the rest, I get an Outrage. So on that particular turn I was a little bit more lucky on that behalf. Outrage of course doesn't lock you because I did go for the Sleep Talk. I'm gonna switch out to Ferrothorn as he switches out to Fortress. I guess he was thinking that I'm locking the Outrage, I'm not too sure. Well, whatever the case, I can easily switch out to Groudon, and he's gonna lay down some spikes, which is very crucial because spikes are something I'm not really a fan of right now, and the same can be said about him. But for now he's gonna switch out to his Kyogre, put up the rain just in case I have a Fire Punch, because with Sun Up, Fortress, especially if I have like Overheat, Fortress wouldn't have really appreciated, and he does realize how important role that thing packs against my team. And the same can be said about my Ferrothorn. Steel types are dominant in here against these two teams, but right now he's gonna switch out to Arceus. Expect me to go for Earthquake again, just to see what kind of Arceus it is. It does, it does resist the damage, which means, of course, judging by his plate there, you can easily tell it's a Grass type Arceus. And I'm gonna switch out to Ferrothorn as he's gonna put up the Stealth Rocks. I was kinda expecting something different, definitely not Stealth Rocks, but now that I think about it, it kinda makes sense to run a different Pokemon with Stealth Rocks and a different Pokemon with Entry Hazards, just because with Spike and so forth. Because I don't know, Fortress sometimes just doesn't have the time and the bulk to really abuse it that well. But then again, against my team, it may just have it. Anyways, he's gonna go for the Volt Switch. Expect me to switch out, I guess, to my still not too sure. I mean, Spikes are up, Stealth Rocks are up. Reshiram is definitely a problem. I guess he was expecting something like this to happen, so he's gonna switch out with a Volt Switch and then go to Kingdra, proceed to take me out. Now the reason I stay in is because of two reasons. One is because Entry Hazard is really making my Reshiram go down very fast. Only one more switch would have happened and then it would have been taken down. The two was me predicting him to make a sub and then proceed to go from there. I mean, a sub Kingdra can still be a threat against my team, and I didn't want to allow him to do that, but he is not a sub Kingdra, so that's a problem. I'm gonna be taken down, gonna go to Groudon, and he does luckily switch out, so that's great. I guess realizing that, of course, I'm not gonna one-shot him, so may as well abuse this little fact by switching out his Rain Dancer and put up the rain yet again. Now he does switch out to his Arceus, which was a little bit surprising considering that my next switch would probably be, well, maybe predicting this Earthquake, but then again I could have switched out to Ferrothorn like back before and put up some more spikes. Yeah, but this Arceus doesn't really hit it hard, so I'm just gonna switch out to Ferrothorn. I'm like, okay, if he's gonna recover, that's another Spike's support into my favor right there, and he does decide to recover. So as long as I put up all the entry hazards, I can somehow deal damage even without really hitting him. So all I gotta do is just force him out, and that will eventually happen because this guy cannot even hit me for some reasonable amount of damage. Maybe he can with some neutral, but at the amount of HP I am right now, plus I believe I'm especially defensive, he's not gonna be hitting me for massive amounts, you know. But for now he's gonna switch out Fortress. I'm gonna put up some more entry hazards, switching out to my Ghost type to try to block his possible Rapid Spin. It's so obvious, it's way too obvious to be perfectly honest, and he does see this coming yet again, going for the wall switch, and this is a bit of a problematic scene. At least Stealth Rocks did break his 30, so that can always come in handy. Or was it Spikes? I'm not too sure. Yes, it was the Stealth Rocks. Now Lugia comes in after going for the wall switch there. I was actually kind of surprised. Why would he switch out in Lugia? But then again, he can whirlwind me away, and Entry Hazard going forth. From there, he's gonna Ice Beam, and that does actually quite a respectable amount. But then again, I'm a physical one, I'm not a special one, so it kind of makes sense. I'm gonna go for the Will-O-Wisp, and now I'm gonna cripple his any chance of getting the multi-scale up. Even if he does Rapid Spin and Roost away afterwards, multi-scale is still not gonna be intact. But Lugia is a defensive god. That thing, even without the multi-scale, is still gonna be taking super effective unstab moves like no other. If I go for like a Stone Edge with the Groudon, it's probably gonna survive it, and that thing is very, very tanky Pokemon. But still, he does whirlwind me into Groudon. Talking about Groudon, you go into Groudon, and Sun is up yet again. I'm thinking maybe, just maybe, he's gonna, well, Stone Edge is super obvious. Plus, what can he do? Like Toxic me, whirlwind me away again, but he's burned. I'm not too sure if he's gonna allow me to attack him like this and weather him down, especially after Stealth Rocks being up there. He's probably not gonna give me the chance right now, so he does switch out his Grass Arceus, which was a little bit surprising. I guess he was thinking he did take this Stone Edge quite well. I'm taking those words back. I was trying to say that it's not gonna be taking it that well, but those damages right there weren't really all that impressive. But then again, that's what happens when you go for an on-stab move. Majority of times it just doesn't do impressive damage. Yeah, it's a big difference between stab and on-stab. Anyways, I'm gonna switch out to Ferrothorn again. He's gonna go for the Judgment. Surprise me, I guess, expect me to stay and just keep on attacking him, maybe thinking he's gonna over-predict. I'm gonna go for the Spikes. I'm thinking, okay, one more layer of Spikes. I mean, this is going to my favor. I mean, I can put up, I believe, one more. It depends how many layers I have right now. I believe I have 2 layers of Spikes and Stealth Rocks, if my knowledge is not mistaken me. Yes, so this is 3 layers of Spikes and Stealth Rocks, ladies and gentlemen. This is 4 layers of entry hazards. That is some crazy damage on the switch. His team is very weak to it. Terrakion, Kindra, Kyogre. If Kyogre comes in, I believe if entry hazards take him down, then he cannot get the weather up. So in total general, I should have already won the Weather War as long as I don't allow him to Rapid Spin. So yet again, I switch out to my Ghost type. So freaking obvious, predicting him to Rapid Spin now. So sure he's gonna Rapid Spin because entry hazard is gonna rack up, and Fortress is gonna have a little bit harder time spinning afterwards, just because of the entry hazard that's gonna happen after him coming in. That's definitely gonna break down his defensive capabilities in some way. So now he cannot really switch in. He will need to switch in safely. But for now, I'm gonna go for the Sleep Talk. Gonna get the Will-O-Wisp off, so that can definitely work into my favor. I'm thinking, okay, he did Ice Beam, he did a lot of damage. I should definitely switch out. My main plan is to switch out to have this guy as a spin blocker. That's my main plan right now, because I know if I go down before he attacks me with Rapid Spin, he's probably not even gonna get rid of the entry hazards. So I switch out to Ferrothorn yet again, trying to bait that Fortress to come in and trying to spin on me. But then again, he's probably not gonna do it, just because the Ghost type is still surviving, still standing up there. It's asleep, but it's obviously there to be a spin blocker, and it's so obvious. I'm gonna go for Power Whip. I do miss. Doesn't really matter, considering that it does resist, and Arceus that resists should not really be doing that much to it. Anyways, he does switch out to his Fortress now. I'm gonna go for another Power Whip. I'm thinking maybe he's gonna switch out, maybe he's gonna stay and try to recover even further. He's gonna switch out. I'm just gonna go for a power whip. I'm not even sure why I'm actually doing this, I guess. You know, in total respect to Arceus, I don't see him being taken down any day soon with this this Ferrothorn, just because I don't have Gyro Ball. Maybe he was thinking I had it, but then again, yeah, I have Toxic, of course. That's something I still didn't show him. Now, Giratina, however you call that Pokemon, is gonna come in. He is gonna go for the spikes, and I was so sure he is gonna Rapid Spin. So another layer of spikes up there, and here is where I made a foolish mistake. For one, I totally forgot he still has that Lugia up in there, so making a sub right now is very bad. For two, I forgot if I don't allow him to Rapid Spin, then Entry Hazard is probably not gonna allow that Kyogre to get the Rain Dance up. Well, not Rain Dance, the Drizzle up in there. So permanent rain is gonna be taken away. And instead of me just going for a Fire Blast and take this thing down, I was thinking he's gonna switch out, which doesn't make much sense because again, Entry Hazard would make this fortress long gone. After that, there is no way he could have Rapid Spin after that, outside of maybe something crazy. But I sub away on the most crucial moment. Why did I do that? That was such a bad move on my part. I'm still learning Ubers, but that right there was a silly move, and you don't need to repeat it. I know, I understand it. That was just plain bad. There is no reason for me to sub, especially after realizing that he's got this Lugia that can always whirlwind me away. I mean, there is no way, but that didn't really go into my favor. Instead of me taking him down before he Rapid Spin, now this guy can come in safely. Stealth Rocks, no Entry Hazards, is not going to be taking him anywhere, so he can easily come in. I'm going to switch out to Ferrothorn. Let's see what kind of move he's going to do, and now I'm going to make yet another mistake. Mistakes left and right, but I believe this was a really good match in general, so I decided to upload it anyways. You know, mistakes happen to us all, but the mistake I did back before with a sub, that was just plain dumb. I'm gonna go to Mewtwo. Maybe he's banded, but you know, there is no way he's banded. Terrakin is actually a very good Pokemon in here. Actually, the better Pokemon is Kingdra. Kingdra on the rain is absolute beast. The whole time I was thinking that Kingdra is probably the biggest threat, so I totally overlooked Terrakion. But Mewtwo was taken down. That was my mistake. Just allow Mewtwo to be taken down. I should have just switched out to Groudon and proceed to go from here. Getting a sunny day up, and then he would have probably switched out to Kyogre right now, and you know, Mewtwo would have still been standing. So that would have been, you know, another Pokemon still alive. That would have been kind of useful. Plus, I do have Arceus, so I can come in. So I'm gonna go for Earthquake, take him down. And I'm not too sure, does Drizzle still activate if Entry Hazard taken down? You know, I don't owe you as much as some other people do, so this kind of situational stuff, they're kind of questionable. So please do tell me, if Entry Hazard takes something down, does Drizzle still activate? Or, you know, or maybe it doesn't. I'm kind of thinking it doesn't. Anyways, he's gonna go for the Surf, take me down. On the switch, my only plan is to get the rock polish off and try to outspeed his Terrakion, Kingdra, and Arceus Grass, which Arceus Grass can probably even take my Stone Edge if I don't get a crit. But he still outspeed me even after me running some heavy investment in speed. I believe he has max speed, and yeah, that's gonna be the game. So that was a good game. Dark Blitz 720. I hope you guys have enjoyed. I'm really new to the Uber tier, and I definitely gotta learn a couple of things here and there. That Rapid Spin right there, allowing you to Rapid Spin, was such a silly mistake that I just cannot comprehend the dumbness behind it. That was just silly. Then again, what would have happened if my Fire Blast would have missed on the turn that I actually made a sub? That would have been funny, you know. And yeah, but it was an enjoyable match, and I enjoyed it a lot. Hope you guys have enjoyed it as well. Leave a like if you did, and until next time, take care. Peace.